All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Mind Show Publishers, where we're living that passive income life one idea at a time. So today's video is going to be a little different. I'm not going to talk about me selling on Amazon or eBay, Mercari, any of that. What I want to talk with you about is what's been going on with the ransomware attacks. And so you may say, okay, well, really, what does that have to do with me? Well, actually a lot. I know the ransomware attacks are hitting big corporations. We had the issue for a short time with the gas running out. We had things that were going on with transportation up north. We had the meat packing plant that was hacked. A lot of these different big companies are being hacked, and depending on how good their systems are, a lot of them are giving up a lot of money, and this is millions and millions of dollars that they're giving up. So what I want to know is, how protected are your accounts? Now, you may say, well, I'm not a big corporation, they're not going to come after me. Yes, they are. And if you've ever received any of those random texts that says you've won something, or your package is on its way, or this is where you need to look to get your free iPad, and they have a link in them. I have been getting these a couple of times a week now. I don't know what has happened to cause me to get all these emails. I block all of them that come in. I have an iPhone. My phone hasn't been hacked or anything like that, but I'm also not clicking on these links. So that's what I want to talk with you about, is making sure that any of these crazy text messages you're getting, any of these crazy emails you're getting, you need to make sure you do not click on a link, even if it looks like it's a credible email, because you have people that do phishing. In the email, they have vishing, which is actually getting phone calls where they're trying to do different things. I'm sure you've gotten those phone calls where you say hello and you don't hear anything. You say hello a couple of times, you still don't hear anything. All of these types of things are leading to things that could harm you and could actually take money out of your bank accounts, depending on how they interact with you and what information you give up. I don't have to tell you, you never give your social security number out, online, on the phone. You don't do any of that, especially if somebody calls you and is asking you for that stuff, even if they're saying they're with the phone company or they're with the gas company or credit card company, and you may have those accounts. You still do not do that. If you think that it's fraudulent, but you want to make sure, just call your actual company. Call your credit card place. The number's on the back of your card. Call your gas company. Call your phone company. Whoever it is, if you feel like it's suspicious, you hang up and then you use the right number to call that actual company to verify that everything is okay. The other thing that I want you to do is you need to make sure that you are protecting your apps that you're using, any accounts that you're using, with a password. I know everyone has a password, but many of you have never changed your password. At minimum, you need to change your password at least once a year. If you're working in a big corporation, your password is changed every 90 days, and you don't have a choice about doing that. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to do that because they say, I can't remember all of these passwords. I have 20, 30 different accounts. I sell on Amazon, I sell on eBay, I got Google accounts, I got emails, I got all of this stuff. If that is the case, then download you a application that you can store all of this stuff in. I personally use Evernote. Any passwords, any information that I need, I store it in there, and it's password protected. Could someone break into it? It's possible. You're not going to be able to 100% everything, but it's better than not having anything. So I use Evernote and I store all of my stuff in there. The other thing that you need to do is a two-factor authentication. A lot of different applications now, even like eBay, when you go in, you put in your password, but then it has another code that you have to put in. That's two-factor authentication. You can also have a authentication app. I have two authentication apps. I have Google authentication and I have Microsoft authentication. And the way that works is if I am logging into my M1 Finance account, I put in my password, but since I have two-factor authentication, it tells me go to your authentication app and put in the code that it gives you. So when I open up my authentication app, I'll see M1 Finance and there's a code there. I need to input that code into M1 as the second password, and then M1 would open. The great thing about the authentication app is it keeps recycling the different numbers that are in there. So if you take too long to put that number that's in there, when you put it into your app, it's going to say the number's not accurate because it's changed on your authentication app. So you got to be quick with it. You have to be quick with it to make sure that you get it in there. But that's the second thing. Make sure you set up two-factor authentication. The other thing you want to do is any of your credit card places, they should have already done this with you, but you need to have a password on your account when you call in. I don't have any of them that don't ask me, what my password is. But if you haven't talked with your credit card place in a while, you probably don't even remember your password. And they won't talk with you without giving that information. And they may say, what's your challenge question? You need to make sure you're putting all these precautions on there. I know it may seem like a hassle, but if you have Evernote or some other notepad that you can lock with a password, that you can put all of these items in there, it will be a godsend. Because what you don't want is you click on one of these links on your iPhone or on your Samsung or your Android, whatever it is that you're using. Someone sends you an email or a text and it says, hey, your FedEx package got misplaced. Please click on this link so that we can make sure we can reimburse you for your loss. Now, if you actually have a FedEx package that you're working with, they've just gotten you because you're like, oh my gosh, you're going to click on it. I don't know what happens on that link. But with ransomware, you click on it, it takes over everything in there. And if you use your phone, like I use my phone to go into my bank accounts, to go into Amazon, to go into M1 Finance, Fidelity, Merrill Lynch, whatever it is that you're using, if you're using your phone for all of that information is in your phone. Once they have that, they can take over your banking accounts. If they find out about your Social Security, they can change all that stuff up. And I don't know whether banking accounts and different things will give you your money back for something that didn't happen on their site. And what I mean by that is, that if your debit card gets stolen, you file that, hey, my card got stolen, please shut it off. They're going to reimburse you for funds that might have gotten taken out. Just like if ransomware takes over your bank, Ally, Bank of America, whatever it may be, if there's money that's actually taken, they have no choice but to give you your money back up to a certain amount, of money that's actually in there. But the point is, you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do to protect yourself. So first thing, make sure that you are changing your password at least once a month. I would say change it, I'm sorry, not once a month, at least once a year. That's too much. But hey, if you're able to document that down, it's not going to hurt you. But at least once a year, I would say 2 to 3 times a year, just make sure you're logging it. The second thing is make sure you have two-factor authentication. So download your authentication app. You can use Google, you can use Microsoft. It'll store all of that information in there. And then any of your credit card companies or places that you're paying money to, make sure that you're up to date on what your password is, your challenge questions, that all of that stuff is in there. You always want to make sure with that. And the final thing you want to do is make sure you are getting a credit report from all 3 credit reports every year, because this would at least let you know that if there's anything that's happening in your account that you were not aware of. And so with TransUnion, with Experian, all of the credit companies, you can get a credit report every year from them. I spread mine out. Since there's 3 credit places, every 4 months I will get a credit report from a different one, you know, and I actually have a reminder on my Alexa app that says, hey, it's time for you to order your Experian report, or hey, it's time for you to order your TransUnion report. I make sure I have that. I also have Credit Karma, so I can go in and check my credit file, my credit score. I can do that on a daily basis. Those are just precautions to make sure that nothing is happening in your account that you're not aware of, because it's better to put in precautions beforehand versus someone stealing your identity, taking your information. It's hard to recover from that, because not only do you have to prove that you didn't have anything to do with it, then it takes time to try to reap back all of the things that you have lost. So you don't want to go through that. So hopefully this video helped you out. I just want you to make sure that you're protecting yourself, because it's one thing to do all this work trying to be financially fit and free and having money so that you don't have to worry about things. It's another thing for someone to wipe out your accounts and you don't know what to do. So again, thank you for joining Monshell Publishers. If the video helped you out or you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to my channel and we'll catch you on the next time. Make sure you live that passive income life one idea at a time.